Actually welcomed friends to their new home in North Austin. Gabriel Gomez tells us it's his dream. This is what he wanted for his children. It is the first home for this family of four, and it is the first time they have lived in anything bigger than one bedroom for 8 years. Eyuveles Rengel says they are very happy, and this is an important step for their family. Originally from Venezuela, they worked and worked in food service as an auto mechanic, delivering food, factory work. When they first arrived in Chicago in 2022 as new arrivals, they landed at Grace and Peace Church. This home is the first of 4 distressed West Side homes the church bought, rehabbed, and sold.
We met them at the bus, and they were so distressed, and worked through a whole process with them, and now they're stabilizing their own home. It's awesome.
With all of their savings, programs to assist first-time home buyers, and an individual taxpayer identification number, the Gomez family made their dreams come true. Rengel says, really now is the American dream. Grace and Peace Church plans to sell their other rehabbed homes to other first-time homebuyers of color on the West Side.
It's the Political Brown Kid. I'm back. And this video has been making its rounds on social media, particularly platform X. And I've seen actually a white person cover this video, and I've seen several black people cover this video. And they obviously are trying to say that these are illegal immigrants buying these houses. In this video, I can't tell whether they're illegal or not, so I'm not going to even comment on that. And to be honest with you, it doesn't matter if they're illegal immigrants or not. And I'll explain that in a minute. But a lot of people are, seems like upset, should I say, for lack of a better term. I think that's putting it mildly, that, the immigrants are coming here and getting homes. And they're saying that they're illegal. Don't know if they're illegal. But the one thing that I can say is this. This is not the first time individuals from other countries buy homes in the United States. Let's look at the facts. People in America go buy second properties in South America, particularly either in Mexico, down in the beach resort type areas. They go to, people are now going to Panama, buying homes. People are going to Africa and buying homes. People do it all the time. But even before these individuals, you had a lot of China. What people don't understand is, because I used to invest in a lot of real estate. I was in the real estate investing game, and I was in there and actually took some lumps during the 2008 housing crisis. And I'll say this, when real estate was jumping and everyone was diving into real estate, a lot of people from China, so they don't even live here. That's when I thought, because you think China, communist country, you think everyone's poor, but a lot of people from China have a lot of money. They were coming up buying a lot of property in I think in the California on the West Coast side, and they would just send them, put their kids in the houses and have the kids go to school there, whether it was college or whatever. So I'm saying that it's nothing wrong if they're not American citizens and they're buying homes. And to be honest with you, I don't know, because even in the video, the reporter said that the individuals have taxpayer identification numbers. The government, all they care is that there's a paper trail. And black people, y'all should know this. What did they get Al Capone on? Tax evasion. They didn't get him on anything else. They got him on tax evasion. And that's where when you look at people who deal in narcotics, that's where they go wrong. Why do you think you see all of these? As a matter of fact, I was just re-watching The Ozarks, which is on Netflix, and if people are familiar with The Ozarks, it's a show about a white family that is laundering. If you don't know what laundering is, it's basically taking illegal money and cleaning it and making it seem like it's gone through the economic system so it can be taxable and legal for the most part, for lack of a better term. That's what the show Ozarks is about. And I'm about to do another episode on Ozarks because I want to point out another Hollywood in black and white on Ozarks to point out some dynamics, but I digress a little bit. But that's all they care about. Do you have a taxpayer identification number so they can bill you? And that's where most of you black drug dealers go wrong, and I'm going to say it, because you operate ignorantly. And that's just being honest. You're ignorant. And if you're going to do something, be civilized with it. Number one, you bring violence into the game. You and the Hispanics and the Latinos, y'all bring excessive violence into your industry of trade. And also, too, you don't know how to wash and clean your money. No, anybody understands. Matter of fact, it was on a. I'm just going to kind of reference another show. If you ever watched the movie Sicario, I think with Benicio del Toro in it, Daniel Kaluma. I hope I'm saying your name right. They were in that. If you watch, there was a particular scene where it was this one woman who was making deposits into the cartel, the Colombian cartel's American accounts. And what she was doing was she was bringing in like 8,000. It was less than 10,000. She would bring in $9,000 every day and deposit it into the account. And why $9,000? Because it's less than $10,000. If you know, you know. Once you pay, if you go to a car dealership and you try to give the car dealership $10,000 or more in cash, or even I think on a, I don't know if that includes like a debit card, but once you operate in $10,000 cash, that money is flagged. It is flagged. That's why you can't go through airports with large sums of money on you. It's flagged. That is flagged as suspicious activity. And that's why, like, when you watch the Ozarks, he was telling you, when you operate as a narcotics dealer, there's nothing that you can buy of value with narcotics money besides cars, clothes, and jewelry. And that's what you see a lot of young black people do. You can't buy anything of business. And then even if you watch stuff like The Wire, the HBO show The Wire with Idris Elba in it. Idris was trying to be smart. Idris was trying to say, hey, I'm opening up businesses with my, and we can operate and get into business, get into investing. I'm digressing a little bit, but because this topic is fascinating to me. So that's just a portion of it. So with these people, as long as they have a taxpayer identification number, they're fine to buy whatever property they want to buy and probably whatever country they want to buy. Now, what people didn't catch on to in this video was this. The church, you saw the church pastor. The church pastor, he's Latino. I'm assuming he's Mexican because of his skin complexion, but I could be wrong. I'm not a racial expert, and if I'm wrong on that, I do apologize. I'm not trying to be offensive to anyone. But you can tell that that's probably his culture. He's Latino, and he's a pastor, and he's looking to look out for his people, just like black people supposedly should be looking out for their people, and white people should be looking out for their people. There's nothing wrong with looking out for people that look like you. So let's get that off the table as well. The problem is, black people don't look out for black people. Black people, this little short video should give you a hint on why black people are poor and why other races succeed. And particularly Hispanics. They come here because, trust me, I interact with them. I watch them closely because they live in our neighborhoods. They live amongst us. And I watch them and I see how they move. And the one thing I can tell you is this, and any person who's lived near Hispanics know I'm telling the truth. Number one, they keep their communities tight. They go to their restaurants. They venture to their spot. They support our spots too. I mean, American spots. But they favor their own restaurants because the language is easy to speak. But they're also going to have, if they buy a house, I can guarantee you that house is subdivided into a multifamily dwelling. It can be a single family home, but if there's a basement, they're going to put a whole basically in-law suite in the basement. Kitchen, laundry room, bedroom, bathroom. And what they're going to do is move a Hispanic family into there. That Hispanic family normally lives there for about 6-7 months. And then that family moves out because they've gotten on their feet. It allows them to, work hard, save their money, and either go out and buy their own place or move forward. And then you'll see another family move in. Trust me, I see this happening. I've seen it. I've lived near it. And in this case, the church is basically supporting, and they probably with their, I guess you call them parishioners or, whoever attends your church, the members, the people are tithing, and their church is doing the right thing by saying, hey, we're going to buy homes, develop those homes, and we're going to sell them. Now, I don't know if the church is making a profit or not, but they're helping people who want to come to this country who look like them make a life in America. And if you listened in the video, also you heard the people say those Venezuela, I think they said that they were from Venezuela, but she said those people worked hard. They cleaned houses, scrubbed floors. I forgot what the lady said in the beginning, but they worked hard and they saved their money. They didn't go out buy 22-inch rims with some candy paint sitting on Impalas. They didn't go out and buy a used Mercedes that's going to cost you $500 just to change the oil and $3,000 just to do a tune-up. That's where you black people go wrong because you have an excessive spending habit. You have a materialistic mindset. But these people worked hard, and then also their church is doing the right thing and collaborating with them. What does your church do? What is your church? I literally knew a female who went to her church, and she said she was members there for years, and she's an active, very good member. She fell on a hard time. She had a hard situation. Tragically, I think her house flooded or something, but she lost her house, and it wasn't due to the fact that she couldn't afford the house, but she lost the house to damage. Didn't lose the house, the insurance was going to replace it, but you can't replace something that's damaged, so she had to live someplace else for I think about 8 months while her house got repaired. She said her church never contacted her, didn't give her any clothes, didn't do anything for her. The only thing you black churches are good for is building a bigger church, just so the pastor can make more money. And you see the pastor riding around in Rolls Royces, Mercedes, BMWs because they want to live a life, because they're not working for God. These pastors don't work for God. They work for themselves, and they lie to you. Just like they say, they're bloodsuckers of the poor. And so when you don't have a black church that's saying, well, we're going to buy a property and we're going to help out our constituents in our church, we'll prioritize them first. If they want to buy a home, we'll work with them to get them placed into a home. And if we can expand out to more people, then we'll do something with the rest of the community. Where's your thing doing that? Better yet, where you're at where the black people that want to scrub floors and do the hard work that these people did, and not only just work hard doing that type of non-glamorous work, because it seems like if it's not a glamorous job, you black people don't want to do it. When you make that money, where does it go? You're out buying rims, buying cars, buying stuff that doesn't make sense instead of just saving, rocking. You don't need a pair of Yeezys. You don't need Nikes. You don't need $400 shoes. If you're an adult, act like an adult. Go wear some cheap clothes, whatever off-brand. Go get clothes and shoes from Target until you can get a house and build generational wealth for your people or for your family. But you don't want to do that. You rather sit around, drink, live on Section 8, live on EBT, SNAP, whatever the heck it is, and just continually ask for more handouts from the government. So these are the things that I see. You don't sit. These people are hard workers. Apparently, according to the video, they saved their money. They were frugal. They were savers. They're hard workers, and they had a church that wanted to help them and see them succeed. So let this be a lesson to you. I know all of these people are running around on the internet posting this video and trying to make it seem like it is a crime. It is not a crime. As a matter of fact, I was just thinking about buying a property in an island, but it's not an American island. But then I said, man, if I'm going to do something, because trust me, I'm not very knowledgeable of international law. I'm not like I told y'all, my field is IT, and just because I have 2 grad degrees don't mean I know everything. The only thing I can tell you about is some computers. I was going to invest in some, but I said, listen, let me just keep it simple. And if I do something in America, like maybe in the Virgin Islands, because then that way I don't have to deal with the other legalities. That's just me. I'm keeping my life simple. And I'm not, and that's not to say that I can't afford to do it right now. I'm just saying I'm thinking about it. But these people took a chance on themselves, and they had a church that loved them enough and thought and cared about them enough to take a chance on them. So you have to say, instead of being mad at these individuals, you have to be mad at your church. And if you're in the situation where you refuse to work because a job isn't glamorous for you, or you're working a job, and on that job you're taking out trash, and while you're taking out trash you got on a pair of True Religion jeans, a polo sweatshirt, and some Yeezys or $300 and $500 Nikes, the latest Jordans, then you have to be mad at yourself. Don't be mad at the government. These people are doing what they're supposed to do. And once again, I'm not for illegal immigrants. If they're illegal immigrants, I mean, then that's another situation. It's a concern. But them buying property, people buy property in foreign countries all the time. So drop your comments in the comment section. Also hit the like and subscribe button, just in case if there's maybe some point of view that I'm missing. But this is the Political Brown Kid. I'm out of here.